is, how long happiness do you want? Just for some time or forever? Of course, forever. Right? I want happiness for forever. Then, third question is, how many degrees of happiness do you want? 1% of happiness? Fine? No. 10%, 20, 50%, and 100%. Yes, 100%. Yes, we want 100% happiness. So now, then second last question could be, then are you happy? And are you happy with your life? Then there are different types of answers. Some may say, yes, I'm very happy with my life, if they are happy right now. They will say that I love my life because he is just enjoying the present one. And if someone is facing a trouble, he will say that my life is terrible. Just because of having some problem right now, he will say that, he will jump to the conclusion that yes, my life is terrible. But the main question is, are you happy with your life? The answer could be sometimes happy, sometimes not. Then the last question comes, what makes you unhappy now? What really makes you unhappy? Your friends, or your job, or your husband, or your wife, or your own attitude? So, yeah, we have some options. So, I think, yes, it's very much related with our job, our friends, our community, and our social, but the most important, causes of our I'm audible? Yeah. Very good. Yeah, now, this could be friends, family, society, job, or whatever, but the main causes of our suffering is sure our attitude. Our attitude. So that our own wrong attitude makes us unhappy, suffer. And oh, no need to be confused, lots of attitude. So the attitude of self-importance, I'm so important, right? Attitude of self-importance and self-centered attitude is the main cause of our suffering. Whether you accept it right now or not, but this is the fact. Now, so, because the self-centered attitude gives rise to attachment to oneself and one's belongings. Then, it also brings hatred towards who makes obstacles for achieving your happiness. Then, it really brings a very strong, very deep ignorance. These three are the three poisonous emotions, three destructive emotions. These three destructive emotions makes us suffer, makes us unhappy all the time. So now, these three are real our enemy. If there is an enemy, so-called enemy, these three are enemy. And these three are the main causes of our suffering, and these three are the obstacles of our happiness and inner peace. So, if it is so now, why people can't be happy? Why people can't reduce their self-centered attitude and destructive emotions now? Now, again, there are some kind of obstacles for practicing, reducing the, destructive emotions in daily life. This main obstacle of practicing spirituality is with the thought that I have time and I'm going to stay forever. Yes, we can see that many people are leaving, many people are going, and many people are passing away, but in deep thought, we think that I'm not one of them. I will be not, if everybody, everything is going to become nothing, then what is the reason of attacks to someone and what is the reason to, hate someone? There is no reason, and we don't have time to hate. We don't have time to attach to someone because we are just temporary. The object, the person to whom you attach is also temporary. It's also going to become nothing, and I'm also going to become nothing. Then what is the use of getting attached and hatred? Really, I really, it's really touching and it's life-changing book. I really wanted to, recommend this book. Shali Deva's Bodhisattva's Way of Life. In Tibetan, it's called Juju. That's so important book, and this almost favorite book, and this should be our favorite book too, right? So if this book becomes your favorite and your, just life-changing book, then there is, chances to become a better person. Okay, now, not more now. So after knowing these, I don't mean that life is nothing and you have to give up. It's nothing to like this. Life is so precious, isn't it? Life is so precious. Every life is so precious, and human life is, of course, very precious. And the problem is that many people do not know the preciousness of our life. Let me tell you one story. When we were in India, but at that time we were just about to leave India, come over here. So there was a news in the newspaper. I don't remember the paper, and that says one young journalist jumped out of her house from fifth floor and passed away. Of course, if you jump from sixth floor, then there is no chance. So, and he left one note on the table. It says, "My mind is my own enemy. I hate myself." So, just as I read these, I felt so sad. Of course, this young intellectual journalist who hates herself and committed suicide. So, did she never know that the life is so precious? Of course, she did. But she never knew how to handle and how to deal with the problems. Just as there is a problem, she thought that. Many people think that there is no way and they just give up. So this is so sad, and I don't want this to happen anywhere in the world. Yes, our life is so precious. Let me share one story of my life. Okay? So a couple of years ago, I bought a phone, smartphone. After saving lots of pocket money for a few months, and I bought a phone. And just as I start using my new phone, of course, a little bit attached, huh? Yeah. And phone. At the time, I didn't know how to use that smartphone because I'm not smart, right? So I didn't know how to use that smartphone properly. So I thought there's lots of gadgets and devices there, lots of tools there. I didn't know how to use those. So I thought it's not fair because I have paid all the full price for the phone, but I'm just using only 1% of the phone, maybe less than that. So I thought this is not fair. If I paid only 1% of the phone, then this would be fine. I paid full, but I'm just using only 1% of the phone. It's not fair, right? So I started learning some, I love technology actually. Luckily, I love technology, and I learn, and through that phone, I came to know a lot. The English that I'm speaking, just learned from that phone, YouTubes and all. So that was so useful. Later on, I found that yes, maybe I could use that phone, maybe 3 or 4%, could be. And now point is, one day, all of a sudden one thought came into my mind. Since I didn't know how to use the phone, and I started learning because I paid full, and I don't want to waste it. So the point is that, am I using life properly? Because I have got the full version of human life. So anyhow, we must know our life is so precious and so limited too. It is so precious, but it's very limited now. So we must use our life for a better reason and better purpose, isn't it? That's so important. So in the monastery, that's a general practice that I can share with you. In the monastery, the monks wake up early in the morning. But do you guys wake early in the morning or not? Oh no. Thank you for being honest. Thank you. Yes, in the monastery, the monks wake up very early in the morning, and just as the monks wake up, the first thing they do is they reflect their mind and motivate themselves with a good intention and with a thought that if today is the last day to live, what I'm going to do. So, if we have only one day to live, what we're going to do? Will we hate? Will we harm other people? I think no one would like this. If I have only one day to live, I will do my best to make me happy or to do what I wanted to do. I'm not going to, hate, and I'm not going to feel jealous, and I'm not going to do that. So, if today is my last day, so what I'm going to do? That is to do better, to do best for other people, to do not to harm other people. So, from the morning, we motivate and shape our mind with the intention and motivation that yes, I'll try to use my day for a better reason and better purpose. So like when our days go like this, and at end, when we go to the bed, again we just reflect on our mind how I spent my day. And some people write journals. I love writing actually. And I recommend you to write journals on your, daily practice. And we write down in the journal two things: the how many, destructive emotions that I cultivated, I generated in this day, like how many angers that I've shown in this day, from morning till now, how many bad words that I've used, how many jealous I felt, and write it down, and I felt jealous on her and him and all, and with a regret, promise myself that yes, I'm not going to feel like this tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow for me, right? And again, the good things we do also, like genuine smiles that I've shown today, yes, I did. Then again, and helping other people, generating compassion towards other people, write it down, and feel rejoiced. And promise myself, yes, I've done a good job, and tomorrow I'm going to do much better than today. If there is a tomorrow for me. If there is no tomorrow for me, there is no regret at all. Right? No regret, because you have lived your life till now very meaningfully. That's enough. If there is tomorrow or not, it's that's in a different form, a different thought. That it doesn't bother us. So I recommend and to request all of you, if you can write down some journals of your So the practice of dying soon and leaving the world soon is the best tool. This is the symbol, and it will be